How many World War II soldiers would it take to hold off an army of 1 million zombies? Right here, we've got 10,000 World War II American soldiers armed with pump shotguns. Now, the rules are simple. This is UEBS 2, sandbox mode. That's 1 million zombies. They have technically infinite ammo. The zombies are getting close. And if this group of soldiers cannot deliver, what we're going to do is upgrade our army. We are going to add to it by getting different World War II weapons technologies and additional soldiers up until we can hold off a zombie army that is in the millions. Needless to say, shotguns are closer range, so it should be about now that they start able to get in range and open up fire. At distance, it doesn't seem like they're the most accurate, but as the zombies get closer, the sheer kinetic power of this group of shotgunners starts to show their merit. But you'll notice that the zombies are, well, they are billions. Although in this case, they are millions. Million. And they're getting closer on the flanks. But it does look like every single World War II soldier in this army is able to fire. But the zombies are inching closer. And the weakest spot is definitely the corner because, think about it, this guy has to shoot that way and that way at the same time. But he is, after all, only a man. So in the middle, they have less targets to focus on. They are doing the best. But the flanks are starting to get overwhelmed. Now, getting out of cinematic mode, you can see that we have 10,000 World War II soldiers. And we've killed about 41, 42-ish thousand zombies. No World War II soldier has died yet, but I fully expect it to change very quickly. There it is. 9,999. The first soldier has died. A crack in the armor has presented itself. Now 5, 6, 7. Let's see this from the sky. The flanks are the weakest spot. The middle is holding strong, but eventually, as they close in, more and more soldiers are going to have to pick more and more targets, and even more zombies will break in and make contact. But it is pretty impressive how clean of a line this is running in the middle here. No zombies. All of the zombies. So much so that our soldiers are like drowning in the bodies. They're up to their waist. So if, you know, your mouth and nose were in your waist, then you would be drowning. But I guess not yet. The big issue is once this. Because if you think about it, it's almost like you're an engineer and it's all about surface area. But the surface area here is gnashing, clawing teeth against your flesh. So this gap is going to shrink. And the zombies are just going to start eating even faster. They've lost about 15% of their numbers. And the World War II soldiers about 3% right now. But eventually, look at this. They're starting to get a surround. It's pretty impressive, the tactics. I mean, swarm tactics, but they are tactics nonetheless. Because if you think about it, what it means is the guys in the back aren't shooting forward, they have to shoot backwards. So this line is actually getting closer. And as this line gets closer, then these guys are going to have to start looking left and right instead of just straight forward. The gap is shrinking. And look at how many more zombies there are. My God. Now here's where things, I believe, begin to turn. About 10% of the World War II soldiers have fallen, and the zombies are still at 66.6%. You see that? The devil's number. It doesn't bode well. Look at this. If you're an outside soldier, you're like at a significantly higher elevation than your friends are. Toggling this to slow motion, the tracer fire is a little bit more manageable in the eyes. Look at this. This zombie's like running in the lines. What are you doing? Oh, you're falling. Oh, you're eating his... Whoa. This is strange. The zombies are just like... That's one thing. If there was more physics and it was a little more realistic, as the zombies would die, they'd fall on you. They would be burying these people. That would be an amazing, amazing aspect of this battle simulator if it wasn't it. Which begs the question. When it comes to battle simulators, what do you think is the key gameplay mechanic that makes them fun? Is it scale, like Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator? Is it customization? Is it silly or fun physics? What do you think it is? Look at this. The gap has almost completely closed. So what that means is the humans are gonna die a little bit faster. And as more and more die, more and more zombies get in. So it's almost like a snowball. And it's always the flanks that get hit the hardest. Look at this. This guy's firing at point blank range. So the zombies are closing on about 50% of their forces are left. Kinda crazy. 500,000, they've only killed about 20%. But you see, the tide is turning. It's not looking good. Look at this part. These guys are shooting straight up now at this point. Imagine being this guy, and all you see is just zombies. This is terrifying. I would love if you could have like god powers, but like conventional ones. Like I want to call in a carpet bombing mission by like B-17 World War II bombers. Or if you're Germany, like V2 missile strikes. Now the zombies' perspective looking down, slow motion. Zombies, oh yeah. So many of these American soldiers would get pushed back. You wouldn't be able to hear anything because of all of the sounds of gunshots. You would be deaf probably after this battle, assuming you even survived. Look at this from afar. You're in a hot air balloon on your honeymoon at a safari checking out the Serengeti, and you're like, oh my god, honey, look at that. It's the zombie apocalypse meeting human opposition. And I say that while like gas is at $5 a gallon. And you're like, oh, all right, I'm not going on any honeymoons anytime soon. Plus, you know, zombie apocalypse. This is just nuts. The zombie mountains gotta be my favorite part. Maybe they will be able to do it. The zombies have lost about 80% of their forces. World War II, just over 50% right now. But their lines are being stretched. So after this, we're gonna increase the level of World War II technology and weapons that we have at our disposal, but we are going to double, even triple, the zombie apocalypse. There's this really strange area of the battlefield. Like, look at this. Somehow, zombies are falling down this hill, rolling over this one, and landing right here. It is the absolute weirdest thing. Now, this is where you would have started the battle. This is where you'd end up later. I love seeing these crazy elevated positions and viewpoints. And if you're at the top, you're like looking at the top of the heads of the zombies. These guys have the hardest job, and they're the ones that die the quickest. Yep, there they go. Just getting wrecked. I don't know. There's only there's 8% of the original zombies, but it's still like 77,000. Humans are under 50% of their starting count, but you just gotta imagine. I thought they were gonna get overrun. These shotguns are no joke. This is World War Z. The zombies are literally just like running and jumping and throwing themselves at them. The zombies are coming. Look, all of them have that weird birthmark, aka blood, on the back of their, on the back of their bodies. The shotguns are just going straight up at this point. But I don't know. I don't see the humans losing anymore. Like, there's almost no alive zombies in this section of the battlefield. And that allows more of them to concentrate on the flanks, keeping them alive. They have broken, they have endured the zombie apocalypse. And at this point, the result is inevitable. Man will not be defeated. Look at this. We built a pyramid of zombies in our last video. Wonder what other things we could try to do. Oh, wow. They've wiped out this entire side other than a handful. You're kidding me. There's less than 7,000. Less than 5,000. And now all of these soldiers are able to fire on the right side. Glorious combat. This game is just wild. For sheer scale, there's no other game like it. I wish there was a little bit more physics, but I guess if you had more physics and combat variety, you wouldn't have 1,000,000 zombies out there. You'd have like 1,000, maybe. Like in tabs, you can't even get, what, 300 units on there without just having your computer die. There are less than 50. Oh my god, it's like they stopped shooting for a second. There's 9 of them left. Where are they? I think we broke the game. These guys are just like starting a Christmas show. Freedom, 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 America. So here's the question then. If you added even more soldiers, shotguns in the front, Tommy guns in the middle, bolt action long range rifles, and then Sherman battle tanks. How would the zombies do? Especially if you factor in there's so many tanks that they're so deep that what you gotta do is actually grab a bunch and move them to the flanks. But just for the sake of this, let's not do that. Everybody back. Nope, not you guys. I want to see what it looks like when they open fire. Because if 10,000 could hold off, then 18,000 definitely can. Oh, look at that. The first tanks are firing, and the tanks are just absolutely devastating to swarms. As they open fire, like, the tank shells, like, obviously they're high explosive rounds. They can hit multiple targets. I don't think the zombies are going to get anywhere close here. They might not even touch the beginnings of the lines. And most of these tanks aren't even shooting. I don't know what's going on. Wait a minute. Is that a zombie? What is that right there? There's one random German soldier. He's like playing Frogger with all the Sherman tanks. I wouldn't recommend that. You have a better chance dying back there than up here against the zombies. Reminds me of this old, like, Warcraft 3 custom game called Era's Zombie Invasion. It was so fun. You'd take command of one nation in Europe during the zombie apocalypse, and you'd have to, like, survive. I always felt like that would make a good game. But I think it's clear that these firing lines would be even more devastating. But shotguns, man, I had no idea they were that powerful. So thank you guys for watching another episode of Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. Look at this carnage. Sherman tank rounds destroying in slow motion the zombie apocalypse. Let me know what battles we should try or challenges we should try next in UEBS 2. And I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.